You know, a lot of Christians in Africa don't understand culture because of the foolishnesses of colonization and slavery, whereby everything cultural had been demonized or satanized. Honestly and biblically, culture is God's work. First of all, we have the Imago Dei. We have the capability and the ability to create and recreate. Now, God wants you to dominate your environment. And there are different environments. So by dominating, by trying to dominate and master and control your environment, culture, we have to affirm God's work in every culture. What is God doing in the culture with that culture? We don't need to be culturally relativistic, mean the culture is perfect. Every culture is perfect. No. There are bad things in every culture, and God is at work in every culture. So that's it. That though we have the hardware, the culture, the collective programming of the mind, the software of the mind, culture is a progress. Culture is a process leading people on to discover the presence of God in their environment. So what we have to do is not to culture, is not to point an accusation finger at culture or to culture. What is God doing in my culture? He created the culture through human beings. So the infiltration of religion in culture does not negate the presence of God in that culture. To Christians, that we have to seek ways to identify what God is doing in that culture. And we should join hands together and stand against politics and policies that tries to eradicate or erase some culture, some ethnos, some ethnic, some tribe, manipulation of race, manipulation of skin color. The diversity created by God should not be a reason for destroying the diversity. So we need what is called cultural intelligence, trying to understand why people do things by demonstrating the ethos, the logos of our Christian worldview, by telling people how Jesus himself went beyond cultural gender issues, cultural limitations, in living his life out in a way that everybody understands that I created human beings. There are wrongdoings in every culture, but here is what God did. The Samaritan women, and Mary of Magdalene, many other women, in their culture, nobody was supposed to talk to them. Nobody was supposed to go close to them. But Jesus said, these are created in the image of God. So we also need to understand, like Shoong-Chan said it in many colors, I am shaped by my culture, but I am defined by my personality. So we are mass production of the culture, but we are singled out. We are individualized by our personalities. And the personalities come from the needs we had, we grew in, we were born in. That's what made the difference. So this blind war against culture is not actually biblical. So me, I say, emancipate yourself from cultural misunderstanding. Emancipate yourself from cultural blindness. Culture is there to reveal to people there is a God. But we have the correct view of the God. Culture is not inherent inherently, but it's an expression of a fallen humanity. Nations, politics, kingdoms that have tried to eradicate or erase cultural differences. You cannot. It's born in us, it's born within us. We carry the culture and we carry our communities. Everywhere I go, as a human being, I go there with my community. I go there with a culture. I go there in a culture. But especially to African Christians, do you understand culture? What is God doing in that culture? What is God's presence in that culture? By just throwing everything away. Emancipate yourself from cultural blindness.